flood attack. Guojia and Shunyo are brilliant indeed. Everyone, this is our chance to rid ourselves of Lu Bu for good.
There we go. There's my mic. I get it? There it is. Alright. Hey everybody. This is Robbie. We finally have a new mic. So this is part 4 of my I want to upgrade it. This is part 4 of my Guojia. Nope, not Guojia. Shunyu playthrough. We're doing Xiao P. Right. Getting my bearings. Here we go. So, yeah, so we are playing through as Shunyu. I just wanted to try one of the people who use throwing knives, and there's a lot of people who use throwing knives in this game, so I just was like, I'll pick Shunyu randomly. So far, I like him. I know there's not much of a difference between his attacks to other people's, but I enjoy him as a character. I think he's a nice addition. I don't know when they added him. I had 8, so I'm not sure if he was before 8 or not. But yeah.
We cannot afford to lose this position to its defense.
Relying on their supply.
Something that I wanted to talk about
Their lifeline.
was
The enemy is certain to target our supply.
actually no, I'm talking about it now. Sure. So
Are intact.
I wanted to make this video, and this is going to be kind of like a
With Shu Cheng's defense.
preliminary review of Dynasty
To
9.
lose this battle.
I haven't played through this game a lot yet. I've played through it a lot. I've played through it. Let's see. Let me show y'all. Yeah, I've played 95 hours of this game, which is kind of shocking. But so I have a pretty good experience with it.
Forces are. I couldn't do a thing against them.
My first response to this game was that it was, I called it in an earlier video, I called it an unpolished, like, I was dramatic, so I said unpolished masterpiece. I don't think it's a masterpiece now. No game is a masterpiece. Some games are, like classics are. But
have been secured. Now
I don't think this game is very bad in the respect that it's what they went for.
I'll go on ahead.
Was successful. They wanted an open world. I don't know if we wanted an open world, but
my efforts every
they wanted an open world.
some
So
peace
they
to the
picked it
land.
and they made it a thing. I think the game is good. I think it's just unpolished. Like I always say this. It's like the first thing I come to. Like
Yes. Brilliant.
movement is good, but it's glitchy. Like I don't know if you'll see when I'm coming into frame. Like units are clearly polygons in the distance. Like that shouldn't be. I'm playing through Kessen 2 on my channel, my YouTube channel right now, and there's pixelated characters in that game. That game is 17 years old. Like I don't expect Kessen 2 to have no polygon units, but this game came out in 2018, and when units are in the distance, they're polygons. Like come on.
I've been tasked
Like,
with defending Ding Tao.
I mean, I appreciate the nostalgia because I like Kessen 2, but I'm like, come on, like this is 2018. The units should fade in pretty clear. Like maybe it's because I'm not using an Xbox One S or a PS4, but I'm like, there shouldn't be that shocking of a difference. If people, I want to hear people's responses to this stuff. Like, if people play through this game on PS4 or on Xbox One X, like, how polished is it? Like this game, textures come in all the time. I don't really understand how that's like still so glaringly obvious. Like I'll watch a cutscene
to move on to Ding Tao,
and the cutscene will texture in the last 2 seconds. whole
I like to believe my
cutscene is
efforts have
untextured,
restored some peace to the land.
terrible quality. It's only
You have
maybe that's just the
heart
way this
of a
cutscene's supposed to
warrior.
look, and then the last second, the cutscene will come into play. And so I'm just like, what is that? I don't really understand what that is. Yeah.
I need everyone.
I'll just kind of jump. This is my. I don't have a script. I don't do scripts. I'd rather just be real with people. And let's just talk about it. I'm just gonna give my unfiltered opinions of the game. I think when it's not textured, I think gameplay itself looks really good.
Will be swallowed whole by
I think-
Lubu's army.
The lock-on feature is nice. I don't like the little pan-in on an officer because that can literally, I'll show you in this video, you'll see it. When you are doing an attack and it pans into somebody, it literally will quit your attack. Your attack ends and it's over. Like, you have to restart your combos, restart your chains, everything resets because and you get literally close to an officer. I don't think that's good. I think that's helpful, but I think for it to cut away from your attacks, I don't think that's a good idea.
I am most grateful for your aid. Your appearance
see
has
what else
saved
do I
our
think?
very lives.
I like the new system. I like the new attacks. I think that's a good idea. The attacks that cut
I
away,
believe my efforts have restored some peace to the
like the
land.
reactive, the trigger, the flow. I think that's a great idea. Let me just explain something really quickly. Why I wait till Shonyu starts to say his little dialogue when he does a mission, because I've had multiple times in this game where when I am using a character and I am doing a mission, and I'm succeeding in a mission, if I fast travel away before my character says, "Hey, enemy officer defeated," or whatever, we did it, we beat it, good job team. If I leave before my character says that, nice, that carriage popping into texture there. If I leave before my character acknowledges that the mission's complete, sometimes, a lot of times, the mission doesn't get completed. I have to go back, talk to the guy again, just to make it happen. It's very weird. Double jumping's great. I think the hook's great, but I think it looks a little glitchy sometimes. Sometimes, like if I do it on a short ledge, it doesn't, the hook, like, flies way above my head, which, I mean, it shouldn't do that, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, I literally have to wait. And maybe this is just because I'm using an Xbox One.
It looks like I was able to
I have to
fulfill
wait for my
duty.
character not just say that line, he has to say his
Yes.
line that's
Brilliant
like,
work.
"We beat it." Okay, or he won't say it this time. Alright, well, he didn't say it this time, so usually he says a line. He always says the same line. Like, he'll say, like, "Oh, I expected that thing to get done." And then he'll say another line, and that's the line that I usually have to warp away after. I mean, and look at that. You see that? Look at the sky. That's another thing that bothers me. My sky, like, pixelates. Does this happen to anybody else? Please let me know if this happens to anybody else. Like, I would love to see a response on that, because my sky, when the day shifts, it will become extremely pixelated and, like, kind of blind me for a second. Like, I can't look at it, or else it hurts my eyes to look at it. That, I'm not doing that.
Master Jiashu has ordered me to stop you. I don't
So the
plan on
panning
letting him
works
down.
here because I couldn't even see her. But yeah, if I was doing an attack, my attack would quit. I can't Muso because it'll quit my Muso.
It's time to take the attack to the enemy.
This is gone on for too long.
I don't have the biggest problem with okay, so this is probably an unorthodox thing to say for this game. I don't have a problem
The
with
enemy is
thrown
going to attack us
weapons
here.
as much as the average person. To me, it doesn't bother me as much. What bothers me is the story mode has to be good in this game. And the story mode in this game is clearly unfinished. There is such good potential here that they just didn't capitalize on. Maybe they didn't have time, or they're going to. So you can look through my YouTube channel. I've played through this game as one guy who is essential in the Battle of Chibi. Nothing is different when you play through the game with him as on Chibi. There's literally nothing different. You think that you would like have more parts to play because you're playing as one guy? No. I don't know why. Okay, this is a good thing. I love the AI in this game. They actually hit you. If y'all are watching, I can't just push A or else I'll get hit. So I like that. Good job, Code. The AI has kind of been reverted back to Dynasty Warriors 4 and 3 where they kind of can kick your butt. If you're not paying attention, they will beat you. They will hit you and it'll hurt. So, yeah, the graphics are so good only after, like, fast traveling is so funny to me because
my efforts
look at the walls, it's untextured right now. Stuff is just untextured for about 30 seconds before
everyone else.
And I think it's because I fast travel, and you have to fast travel. You can't not fast travel in this game. Like, no way. Because I love the map. It's a great map. It's huge. It's China. Look, this is huge. I haven't even explored all of it. I'm going more for story mode right now, but so I know that like customization in this game is incredible. Like you can do so much stuff. You can make your character like I've seen videos of awesome channels. I don't know their names right now, but like making your character like this tank who can Muso forever and like all this stuff. Like I haven't done that yet, but I respect that. That's great. Good job, Koei. That's so good. The customization in this game is great. The RPG elements, I think they did it really well. I mean, I have the little gold crown, like
it looks like I was able
where
to
everything
fulfill my
flies
duty.
to you. That's if they didn't have that, I would say it's a problem. Because that stuff, like in the heat of battle, you're gonna not want to pick up little stuff. So it's good to have the gold crown as an item in this game. Crafting makes so much sense. You can hunt. The hunting looks silly, but the hunting point is great. There's so many people to talk to. So I think they did that really well. I think the RPG elements of this game are great. I think that it was a nice addition.
What do you think? I'd
Those
say
just
we
kinda
look
popped
just
in.
like
So, like-
Lubu's soldiers.
Do not worry. We look like Lubu's
This is kind of
men.
weird. Like I
Looks
like
out,
this
yo.
mission,
Let's
but
get the
I
supplies.
mean, y'all saw that they just showed up. Like I ran through where one guy, I mean not one guy, Yuan Shu is going to stand. Like I ran through his base. He should be standing there. I should fail this mission because I ran
You're Lubu's
directly
people.
in that line of sight. Like
I
he should
suppose
be
you're here to
like,
beg
hey, what's
for
up?
my help again.
You're not one of my people.
My lord.
But I
how
love
should we
this
answer?
mission.
What is your
This
response?
is a cool mission idea.
I
This
will
is
let our
something that
men
never
know.
happened in any previous Dynasty Warriors game, at least not that I remember, where you like infiltrate and you actually have like
So what is it you
stuff
want
like this.
time?
This stuff is cool.
Soldiers,
Like there's a lot of missions
provisions.
like this in this game. And so I'm like,
So, how should we reply? Please. make
it's
a
so
decision.
awesome. Like I think that's so cool. You literally could fail this mission. I failed this mission because I did troops and then said the wrong stuff.
I see.
You
So
can do
that's
both.
what you're after.
This is cool. You have choice. But yeah, you're like sneaking over here. I just think that like
What of the
There's just
agreement
little
we
oversights
reached
that don't
regarding
make
the
sense.
marriage between my son
I can run
and
through a
Lubu's
base
daughter. Has Lubu
that they
mentioned
say
that?
you need to infiltrate this base,
So,
and I run
how should
through
we
it to
reply?
get to the guy to do
Please,
the mission.
Make a decision.
Like that shouldn't be how that goes. Depends on his move. Yeah,
I see. So that's what you're after.
Yuan Shu's kind of creepy. They did a good
Are
job
you
making
sure
him
there
a
are no signs of
NPC
rebellion within your ranks?
or a
I
unique
can't
NPC. I know
risk
they'll add
helping
him in
you
as DLC
if there
later,
are
or they already
any
did. I
murmurings
don't really
of
know.
discontent.
DLC is something
So,
that I
how should we reply?
recommend you do if you
Please. Make a
think
decision.
it's worth it. Like if you enjoy the game, get the DLC. If you don't enjoy the game, don't. How should they persuade him? Yeah, he was strong.
I see. So that's what you're after.
So I think this stuff is cool. Like this slows down the pacing,
may
but that's
say you
good.
need
Like if you've been
provisions, but
taking
it's
out
not as
thousands
if my
of
forces have
soldiers,
any
it's
to
kind of
spare,
nice to have
know?
a moment where you can do a mission where you don't have to fight.
So,
Like you just
how
talk
should
to
we
people.
reply? Please. Make a decision.
Awesome. Let's see. Vibrate next bell.
I see. So that's what you're after.
Yeah, they do repeat a lot of dialogue in this game. And okay, so this is another thing that's not good about this game.
I will give you some provisions.
Sometimes
But make sure
characters
you don't forget the
are supposed
marriage
to, like, they'll
talks we
have
agreed
dialogue
to.
up on the screen, and their pictures there. I
we've
like the
got their
picture moving.
provisions.
Picture moving is
Everything
awesome.
going just like
Finally,
Master Jiashu
I
planned.
love the picture moving. That's cool.
Lord Cao Qiu, the supplies are already on their
But
way.
a thing that's weird
to
is there'll be
Xucheng
dialogue
and
on
Ding
screen,
Tao.
and your character won't say the dialogue. He'll just go yes or mm-hmm. He'll just say like a word or two, and then you just kind of have to move on. It's really strange. I don't know. Yes, I did it. Sometimes my character doesn't say his little common line when he wins places. That's not a big deal, but yeah, I don't know why they removed some of the dialogue in this game. I don't really know what that means. Like the character doesn't say it. I don't know. I mean, all these things I want people to comment. Let me know what you think. And, like, I'm streaming this right now on Twitch, so if anyone who's watching on Twitch, like, let me know if you've had any problems with this game. And when I post this on YouTube, let me know what you think. But like,
It looks like I was able to fulfill my duty.
Oh, there's the line. That's what he always says. He always
You're better
says
than I thought.
duty stuff. It's weird. My character just sometimes he won't say his lines. Like, I'm kind of hoping it happens in this game so y'all can see it. But there'll be points where like characters just won't say their lines that are on the screen. They'll just say like one word or they'll grunt. They'll just be like,
We cannot afford to lose this
like
position.
weird.
I shall personally
But,
see to its defense.
It's almost like they were expecting to fill that in and then just like didn't have time or something. I don't really know.
This has gone on for too long.
Okay, so the movesets in this game, fantastic.
Now is the time to
I
attack.
think they're great. They look so good. They're so like it flows. Like it seems like this game is like the epitome of what they wanted in 6 with the like attacks that can go on forever. Like in this game, you can make attacks go on forever, but it's not.
My efforts
It's
have
realistic.
restored some peace to the land.
Which I think is great. I really like the way the moves look. But only, and it's not even a big complaint. I just want to be honest and be thorough here. One thing that bothers me a little bit about this game is
Your aid helped us
you
keep
can't
Penn
add
Castle from being
more
lost.
attacks. It seems like there's just maybe I'm. And again, please tell me if I'm doing this stuff wrong. Let me know. It seems like you can only do one attack with each of the flows, and they can chain
oppose me is to invite
like a little bit,
yourselves.
and it looks good. But like, they flow together, but you can't add to it. Like you can just kind of do a little bit of stuff, and that's it. Like you can't. There's not like a charge attack for every section. Like if you start your stun trigger, you do like the first half of it, and you switch. It doesn't do a different attack. It's the same attack. It doesn't change. So like, and you also can't. There's not as you can't add to the combo. Like as you level up, and when you get the epic weapon, like it's weird.
Do what you
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fast traveling's good. It's a little gimmicky. Like this is gonna spawn me in the middle of the castle when I'm trying to do the floodgate. That's a little bit of a beef. Like y'all just saw me click to a totally different place, and it did not put me there, or even close. It's not a big deal. It's just like a little gripe about the game.
Plan to crush insects. I will just stomp on whoever
I like the
see.
gates being closed. This is just funny. Like, I think the fact that you can open them, that's just so cool. Like, a little bit glitchy in the animation, and the horse is hilarious when you try to call him to you, and he like runs you over. It's kind of great. But I think that's a great idea. I think the gates opening is great.
Well done, Shunyu. You honor the family
Sometimes
name.
the enemies don't spawn right away. Like, I'm standing where Zhang Now is. Where's Zhang Now? Okay, there it is. But like, that pan-in didn't happen. But it's, I think half of it is just my problem. Like, I'm using an Xbox One, just like OG Xbox One, so probably things are just not popping in. Sometimes enemies won't spawn in like y'all are seeing in this video. certain enemies won't come into play. They'll be there, but I can't kill them. Like they have a set amount of dialogue they have to say. The little Y move, fantastic.
Allow them to interfere
Great
with our
job, Koei, with that. I think that's like, the best.
I must hurry
Because
on
it just
ahead.
allows you to like strategically, you can do enough of a combo. I like the orbs. I like that pop in that's not too distracting. You just push one button, it goes away.
I cannot
Good.
believe that I was bested. Even after giving it my all, you have earned my respect. I
So,
shall surrender to you.
I'm trying to show y'all, I think I got it to work. So, I took out these 3 officers. That mission has not yet passed. I did it a long time
Everyone,
ago.
pour into the
So,
castle.
what's up with that?
Take care that you're not swept away by the water.
I think the
though.
orbs were great. The elementals in this game look so good. Like, each elemental attack is very befitting, which I think is great. I think the moves look so good. Like that move, like, there's always one move that I'm just like, that looks so good with each character. Yeah, I think with the Koen movesets, I think they can, in their expansions, make moves a little bit more unique. Like keep the unique B moves and just kind of, I mean, it doesn't have to be too big. Just kind of change it up a little bit. I still want unique movesets for every character. But I think that it's not. It's easy to make that line a little bit more gray. This game is a little bit. Oh, it did it. Well, I passed that mission way after me doing it.
This is our best chance to kill Lu Bu.
So
Therefore,
I would
I
want
refuse to
slightly
let
better
anyone stand
movesets.
in our way.
I'm not saying like they have to be absolutely different. I'm not like super concerned about that. I think that they do a good job. It's easy like to do Dynasty Warriors 4, 5, where it's like moves start similarly and then end differently. I think that could be something they can do. Just make the charge attacks different. Make the X moves like this part. That's the X attack. Make that the same for every character. That's fine. But then just do the charge attacks to be different. I would be okay with that. I think ultimately I want unique moves for everybody like Dynasty Warriors 8. I don't care about the whole using a boat. Like one guy had a boat in Dynasty Warriors 8. That's freaking hilarious. I don't know why people were mad about that. That's the funniest thing. When he throws a boat.
Some peace to
Great.
the land.
Well done, Shunru. You are
So,
the family name.
yeah. I didn't mean to move so much.
All right.
The Busos look good.
I need
It takes a little bit of time to
defend
charge them,
this
but it makes
area.
them look. It makes them special. I think that's great. I have no problem with that. So I think the game looks so good. It's gonna age well, I think, except for the textures, but that's not their problem, or that is their problem. I don't know what to do with that. But like, so I played through this game as multiple. I like that you can knock things over. Like
I like to believe my
just
efforts
made
have
something fall
restored
over
some
under here.
peace to the land.
I think I'm gonna get hit by the.
That was an
Breaking of the-
impressive effort.
Okay, good. It didn't happen.
I enjoy just
I
watching
like-
you out there.
Now we can begin moving towards
The-
Shapi
oh,
Castle.
so gate
We will
broke.
meet up with our allies on the front lines and slay Lu Bu.
Yeah, so let me know. I just feel like I'm not like this gate broke. Nothing looks different here because the cutscene hasn't happened yet. Like, there's a dude glitching down there. You see that? There's somebody down.
Capturing the enemy's
At the bottom?
bases is
don't
the
know.
key to defeating them.
This mission came back up again. What the heck? What is happening with this mission? So, I think I had to defeat them and then persuade them to defect, maybe? I don't really know. It's weird. But so, like, this type of thing is what's weird. Like, there seems to be stuff like this that happens. I'll just warp there. Yeah, I think the movesets are great. I think the attacks look good. It's very... That stuff is very clean. Like, the actual attacks are so clean. I like that when you bump into stuff, it reacts. And you can knock over things when you run into it on your horse. That stuff's all really
We
good.
cannot afford to lose this position. I shall
See,
personally
It's
see
weird.
to its
I already
defense.
beat them.
We can't do anything.
So, I might have revealed something here that I'm trying to make a point of. Where missions kind of are weird like this. it seems like this mission, I cleared it, y'all saw it, and then all of a sudden it comes back up, and it's like, persuade them. I literally just walk here. There's like a whole bunch of enemies. They're not here anymore because I beat them. And then they all have a line.
Simply pathetic. Despite all of his strength, he was
They all
unable
make
to
a line.
win the hearts of his retainers.
And then it switches. I don't know. Like,
With
this
you
mission should be clear.
officers on my side, the foundation for my
But yeah,
ambition
this looks
has
good. Like,
been solidified.
I think people make
Now,
comments about
throw open
the
the
levels
gates
being
and
bland.
welcome
I
your new
actually
ruler.
don't agree with that. I think the levels look
I
really
like
good.
to believe my
I think
efforts.
certain castles look really
Escort
nice
some
because they're
geese to
the
the
more
land.
important castles. I think that stuff is
Well
like
done, Shun Yu.
a good
You honor the
thing.
family
If
name.
every castle looked the same despite the city, I would have a problem with that. I'd be like, come on. But with this one, it's like, it seems like every city has a unique feel. Certain arrangements of like where people are, like markets, are all different. Like I think there is some retexturing. Like there's certain things that are the same in different locations. And I'm like, you're gonna get that. It's a massive city. It's China. Like, come on. So I don't have that big of a problem with the way the map looks. I do have. I mean, this is basically. I'm trying to make this where I'm unpredictable. I'm trying to be off the grid here. I don't like that.
Are you willing to face me?
Well, there you go.
Battle?
There's Changdong. So that's funny. Like, I know where he is. He's right here. But I'm like, I didn't even show him. It just showed a mountain or the stairs or something. I didn't know what it just showed. I knew that it wasn't him. That's all I wanted to go and see. So, I've played through this game as multiple characters on Shu, Wu, and Wei. And nothing is different. It doesn't matter who you play as. There's like,
out of an officer.
each character has like a line that they say by themselves before a battle starts.
Is extraordinary.
That's it. Same
So
cutscenes,
Shopee is to be the
same
place where my
everything.
dreams are ended.
Sometimes you get a
It's
unique
most
cutscene
vexing
with your
to watch
character
one's
and he's
vision
talking to
clouded
certain
by
people
violence
that's
and stupidity.
not there with other people. Generally, that doesn't happen. It's the exact same stuff. Like, I skip all of that stuff in my playthroughs because I'm like, well, I've seen it a million times, and so has everybody else. So why am I gonna put that in the recording?
Defend this
Like,
area.
certain cutscenes are beautiful in this game. Like when Lu Bu gets killed, I'll leave that one in this gameplay because it just looks so good. The combos are so good in this game. Like, just keep going. And then I just do my Y move. Sometimes it doesn't work. Works a lot of the time, and it's awesome. Gameplay, so good in this game.
On the mighty Lu Bu.
I expected more out of an officer.
Sounds cool. The voice acting I don't have a problem with. It's terrible and it's so good. Like, come on, people. Dynasty Warriors 3 had it.
Sheer might.
They're throwing it. They didn't not meant to do this, but they threw it back to Dynasty Warriors 3.
What
Like,
led to your downfall?
it's so good. The cutscene language is so fantastic. Characters talk so ridiculous. Like, come on, it's great. If you like voice acting more, I get it. It's my opinion. I like the fact that the voice acting is comedically bad. Okay, here's the cutscene. I'll be quiet for this.
I can't believe I lost to someone weaker than me.
It's something called strategy, Lu Bu. Someone like you, who depends on physical strength, will never beat me.
Then tell me, what would happen if you add my strength to this thing you call strategy?
So you wish to pledge service to me?
Master Cao Cao, Lu Bu is a beast. Don't let desire for strength deceive you.
Damn you, Liu Bei!
Farewell, Lu. Let your pride in being the best die with you here in Xiaopi.
That's an amazing cutscene. Like, that's a great cutscene. Go Koei. I look at this game and I'm like, See, this
That
stuff
was my best.
exactly the same.
That may be so.
My character's standing there. Nothing is different. That's the only way that this game is
Guan
different.
Yu, I would like for you,
My character
I
will
am
stand in
not
the
worthy
background
of
of
such-
cutscenes.
Liu
So,
Bei.
my biggest beef with the game is I find it's funny with the graphics popping
wouldn't
in.
be
I
so
find it
quick
funny.
to give up
The
on
voice acting is comedic.
Master Cao Cao.
This stuff is what bothers me.
Liu.
This is
Indeed.
no different. My character's standing there. That's the only difference. I am a guy who plays Dynasty Warriors games for the story, which is kind of funny because I know that it's kind of the same story. I play these games for the story. So I played Dynasty Warriors 8, loved 8. I even liked 7 because with 7 you had like so much uniqueness. And 6 wasn't even that. 6 was only bad because of gameplay. 6's story was fantastic. Like, people can't, that's what they went for. People got mad. But this is like their overcorrection. This is just their overcorrection to me. They like went so far into gameplay that story mode is just like kind of a joke. Like, what is going on here? Like, my character, it's not my character's unique story if the only difference is that my character is now standing in the background and does the little bow with everyone else. That's not a unique story. Having a unique ending is good, I guess, but the endings are so weird. Sometimes, but that's not a bad thing. I like the endings. I'm not gonna bash the endings. The endings are great. But yeah, my biggest complaint with the game is just that there's the story mode is you play through the game as a character and you're playing 7 chapters, multiple levels in each chapter, and it's the exact same as every other character. You have to almost like strategically plan which characters you play as, so
then
that
you
you
must-
kind of spice
think
up the
that
game
is
yourself. Like
rumor
it's up to
Very
you, or else you are bored.
We shall slay the self-proclaimed.
That bothers me a lot. I want it to be a game where I feel like every
Units
character is actually
forward.
worth playing. This game, I don't feel like every character is worth playing. Only one version of each of the weapon is worth playing. Because if you play through the game as each character, you're gonna have the exact same story 90 times. Generally, the majority of the characters are in chapters 3 through 7. So you're gonna have the same dialogue, same narration before, same main cutscene during. It's really not different. And so that type of thing is my biggest beef. I mean, this stuff is funny. Like, where is she? There she is. That stuff is funny to me. I don't get like that's the thing I'm gonna mention, and I want y'all to see it. I want everyone to see like what this game looks like being run on the cheapest version of an Xbox One, because it's still new tech, but it's not even like stuff texture gens. That's like whatever. I don't know. I mean, they can patch that stuff, I'm sure. That's not the end of the world.
Bad
But
luck on your part, choosing to come through here. Hand over your supplies.
okay, that was me driving. Me not knowing how to ride a horse. So that was not the good.
This has gone on for too long.
This Muso is so good. Except I missed there, but I didn't do it right.
Ow! How did we let such a perfect target slip through our
Voice
fingers?
acting is great. I love the voice acting.
Hooray! Now we can be sure that everybody has something to eat.
And Shakyao sounds like someone famous to me, and I don't know who it is. Like someone who's like not super duper famous, but it sounds like somebody I know. Like I've heard that voice before, and I don't know where I have heard that voice from. So like, I'll give y'all an example of something that bothered me. And you could go and look at my YouTube channel, look at my Da Kiao playthrough. So I played through this game as Da Kiao. I got this exact mission as Da Kiao. It's the same as Wu and as Wei and as Shu. It's the same 4 missions.
It
When
looks like
played
I
through
was
it as Da
able to fulfill
Kiao,
my duty.
Zhu Ji was standing here.
Wow.
Da
you
Kiao,
sure
my
are
character,
strong.
still said the lines that she says if she's not being played. Which I was just like, come on. That is so lame. Like, my character didn't even comment that she was the one fighting in the battle. Literally never said a word. She just says the exact same line. I think that's so silly. There's there's minimal effort in differentiating when you're playing as a character. Like, I was playing as Liu Bei. My first character I played through this game as was Liu Bei. And if there's any mission where Liu Bei has to get rescued, my character, who I'm playing as, still comments about being needed to be rescued. That was what made that jump, kind of. It was a little glitchy, but that was cool. I mean, I'm gonna come back to this theme so much as I review this. It's an unpolished game that's so good underneath. And I think people have to just look beyond it and hope that Koei will just make it better. This is awesome. The thing you like assassinate somebody, you sneak up on them, and you just completely annihilate them. So good. That's one of those little new attacks that they added. I think that's great. That's such a good idea. They should do that with all the games. If you can sneak up on people, it's so worth it. And like, the lock-on, such a good idea. Just the problem with me is the story mode. The story mode is my biggest beef with this game. It's like every character, 3 factions, have the exact same story on this level.
Like to believe my efforts have
We're in chapter 3. Like, they added another chapter where every side, every faction fights Yuan Shu now. Every single faction. And like, I think that's ridiculous. Like, yes, it makes sense that Yuan Shu declared himself emperor and everyone went against it, but the missions should be different.
Well done.
Depending on which character you're playing as, which faction you're playing as. It should look a little different. Like, I'm not saying massive differences. It's just, hey, is Feely supposed to be here? Y'all are seeing this. This is what I want. He's standing right here. He hasn't spawned.
That base will weaken the enemy.
This is what I'm talking about.
All units march.
Look, gaze upon the confusion that is the situation. Just watch. Look at this. Okay, vanished.
Report.
He's still standing there because my character responds to his placement there. Like, there's somebody standing there.
Enemy is coming with ever greater momentum.
There he is. See,
Strengthen the
that's
defenses
silly.
in preparation for
That's
an
not
invasion.
too game breaking. That's just bizarre. Because it's like they know that they didn't. Oh, my screen, my ceiling, my sky did a weird thing. I just want y'all to see it all. Oh, his air Muso. Look at this beauty. Like, unbelievably good. So, please know that I'm not just commenting on the negatives of this game. I want to pepper in. I'm not going to do this review. Obviously, y'all can tell I'm talking for 40 minutes.
How did I fail so badly in my duty?
I want it to be a random hodgepodge of good things and bad things as they come up.
Will weaken the enemy greatly.
I think that this mission, this level, fighting Yuan Shu, could look so different as you play through it as different factions. But it's literally the exact same. It's the exact same, depending on who you play as. I don't understand why they do that. People might say that's bad what just happened there with the screen, but it's morning now. It makes sense to me. I actually don't have a problem with that. So maybe I'm just inconsistent, and this is why I don't like this game as much as I could. Because I still will play it. I still like it. But, like, they promised a lot of things that I'm like, and, you know, I don't know.
Our alliance with Yuan Shao is over.
I like the game so much, and I like Koei so much, and I don't want people to hate on them, but I feel like with this game, they kind of set themselves up to get some peaks here, because it's unpolished, but it's beautiful. It's a great looking game. I think they could add a little bit more NPCs. Like, people talk about how this game's bland. I agree. Like, there's not very many NPCs. This isn't Pokemon. It doesn't feel like you can really talk to people. Like, they say that, like, you should talk to people and learn the surroundings. I'm like, I literally haven't done that, and I don't feel like my experience is much different. I just don't think it changed very much. Excuse my brother. So, like,
Run for it.
I just don't know.
Food's no good. You aren't alive to eat it.
Yeah, I can't quit it yet because it still hasn't accepted that I beat that mission. So I'm just gonna run this direction.
We've been defeated.
Because I'm bored. I don't want to just sit there and wait. I have to wait for the game to acknowledge that I beat that mission before I can fast travel. If I fast travel, weird things happen.
You saved all of our food.
Still waiting on it. We're gonna take this base before it happens.
Ever thank you?
I think I got it. Alright, I got it. So did it say it yet? Okay, I think it did it.
I like to believe my efforts.
There it is. There's my line.
Peace to the
I
land.
fast traveled I gave it just enough time. See, I like the little details. You hit fences, they break. That's great.
Everyone else.
I've wanted that for multiple games. I think I could destroy all that stuff if I just stood there and threw knives at it. That's great. That's huge. That's massive advancements. Maybe it's not that massive, but it's an advancement for this game.
Definitely a true warrior
You have
of
the
the
option
Three
of like
Kingdoms.
being interactive with the world, which I think is great. You can climb on roofs. You can grapple hook on stuff. I think the hook's a great idea. It just doesn't look good sometimes. If you grapple hook short distances, it doesn't look that good. Still a huge step.
And his men.
I like it.
How I loathe them. Sweep them aside.
Yeah, my biggest gripe with the game, though, and I'll end this review as I beat Wanshu. My biggest gripe with the game is the story mode. You have so many characters doing the exact same mission over and over and over again, and nothing is different. Every once in a while, it's like certain missions are a little bit different. I think that's dependent on the order that you go through certain places. So there's like a little bit of variety, but it just seems like it's the bare minimum of variety. Let's see if it cuts my Muso with one shoot from here. Oh, it did this time. Sometimes it does.
Raise your blades against me.
Eventually, in this fight, if I let Wanshu breathe, it'll cut to him for some reason. Even though I've already hit him, it'll say like, "Oh, here's Wanshu." I know, I've hit him. I Muso'd him just a second ago. So I want it to do it really bad for y'all.
This is our chance to push the enemy line.
It might not do it. I'd like it if it didn't do it, but I kind of also want you to see it. I might have already missed it too. It could have happened, but it already happened, and I'm a moron for not seeing it. I was focused on doing my attacks. Yeah. The launch attacks, everything combos so well in this game. Everything combos so well. Like, that's my knockdown. Here's my stun. He hasn't had a chance to attack me yet, and I switch into a launch. Boom. Launch him up. Knock him down. You might be. I forgot to lock on. It's fine. It still works. You don't have to lock it on. It's not essential. And then do my Y to finish it. That's like this game in its perfect state right there. You just keep hitting them, and they flinch, they react. You fight super strong generals, and it's like impossible. And that's good. I like the challenge.
Even after calling yourself emperor.
I'm gonna call this game. I'm gonna give this game like a 7 out of 10. Like,
I
it's
expected more out of
great
an officer.
gameplay, fluid mechanics,
We're doing an excellent
but
job.
really buggy, and just not enough in the story. Not enough in the story. Like, every character has the exact same missions over and over and over again, and it's just, that bothers me so much. I just want there to be a little bit of a uniqueness
I have conquered
to playing each battle.
And now
And this is the last thing I'll say
we may
for this
have
game, and
no
this is the
greater
thing that
opportunity than the present.
I think people will agree with, is
Seems
certain
the time for
there's a
our
different
inevitable
number of
showdown
missions
has finally arrived.
for each character. And it makes sense that certain characters,
Yes.
it's because they die.
Yuan
It's like
Shao
Dion Wei,
may
I know,
outnumber
doesn't
us
have
on
that many
paper,
missions.
but
Because of the
I
fact
have
that
faith
he
in the
dies
superior
in
talent
history.
of my men.
He dies. So like it makes sense that he's
We shall return
not-
to Xuchang. We must
He has, like,
begin
4
making
missions.
preparations for this
But I played as
final
Da
battle.
Qiao. 2 missions. 2 missions as Da Qiao. She survives after Sun Ce dies. So what's up with that?
Yuan
Why does
Shu
she
has
only
been
get
slain.
that? And this is
Now
Guo
we can
Jia's
turn our attention to
cutscene.
Yuan Shao.
Why? Wait, let's my character react with this.
That
Okay, so my character does
Hey.
talk to, but I've already seen this cutscene
Master.
before.
Ha. Master.
It's not
my
different because my
I
character
understand.
walks up to
Thank
him.
you.
It's literally no different. I want it to be different. I want there to be a little bit of uniqueness to each character. Like, it's not hard to just mix up the voice acting. Like, you could literally just record, go back to Shushan. Didn't tell me. Okay, that's interesting. Go back. So my last beef with the game is, and this is all the story. It's all about story to me. My biggest complaint with the game is just story. Is when you play through the game, you have no idea how many missions you're gonna have. You have no idea, because sometimes they decide this character's gonna be alive for a long time. Sometimes they decide no, he's not. Sometimes they like Liu Bei. Missions are so long. I bet Sun Xian's is really short, and I just happen to pick a long character. But Da Qiao survives after Sun Tzu dies. She's in the next mission when you play through as other characters, but with her story, it ends. I think I'm supposed to there. It ends her story right after Sun Tzu's supposed to die. It just stops. There's no like, how did she handle that? How did she, like, her ending should have been that she finished it out and saw the unification of Wu,
Now,
and then
just as we
like
planned,
had a moment
we'll
with
slip
Sun
the
Tzu,
poison
like a
into his
ghost or
drink.
something. That's what it should have been. But you don't know what you're gonna get. You just don't know. So, this concludes my review of this game. This is just part one. I'm sure I'll have more as I keep going.
What is fault? We have
What?
Cao Cao.
You...
Same cutscene every single time. Literally no different. My character is just standing in the background. That's the only difference.
However, Cao Cao.
So if
see how
I
they
told them to
repay your
change
kindness?
anything,
No, we are
I would
fine
say
to deal with
please
them later.
fix the story mode. Let there be more story
Do I
with each character. Make it unique. Give each character multiple unique cutscenes. My character's not unique until I'm controlling him, until I'm throwing my knives. He's doesn't matter in the cutscenes. He just doesn't. Like, he stands there and he does his little fist bump thing. And that's awesome. He looks good doing it, but I'm like, come on. Give him a
When
little bit
Xiao
more
is
uniqueness.
using his superior.
I mean, this is the same cutscene too.
so.
No, he
Literally, I mean, skip. I don't need to see it.
We need to secure...
So, I'm going to stop it here because it's 47 minutes. Y'all are great. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you all have a great day.